Hi, I'm Indhu Rubasingham. I'm the artistic director of Kiln, and I'm I'm in conversation with Sancia. Sancia, I'm just going to start off by just asking if you could tell us a bit about yourself and your project.
Hi, I'm Sancia. My project is called Sancia's Podcast. It provides a platform for people with care experience 18 plus to come and have a voice, share their stories and experience of the children and young people social care service.
And and it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And
Thank you.
um, how did you come up with this idea?
So personally, I have personal experience of being in care. And when I first went into care, I thought I was the only one, apart from the people that lived in my semi-independent with me. I didn't know there was other people like myself until I started like branching out and going to events and stuff. And I've met other people that thought they thought the same thing that I thought, that I was the only one in care and no one else goes through what I went through. So I thought it would be a good idea to like share our experiences and our stories of being in care, so that it might be able to help other people, other young people that come into care.
And how's it been?
It's been all right. It's been all right. Yeah.
And how, when, because you've been working on this project for about just over a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, with
Definitely.
lockdown and everything. And what were the hardest bits of doing the project?
I think the hardest bit of doing the project is COVID. It's like not being able to be around the rest of the agents and the facilitators. That's the hardest bit, because when you go there and you're so in a routine every Wednesday, every Saturday at the same time, it's like you're broken away from it. And it's like, okay, so what do I do with myself now? How do I call my agent? And not the agent, how do I call the facilitator and say, okay, well, what can I do? And it's better if they see it in person, because they can get like a visual of where you're coming from than over the phone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I know COVID hasn't been easy for any of us. But what's been the biggest learnings from you by being part of the agency? What's it given you being part of the agency?
I think it's given me the ability to work as a team and being open and patient to other people coming onto the project, because it's so close to your heart, you can get quite attached. So it's shown me that I can give some breathing, some room space for someone else to come on and say, oh, I think this might work better, or oh, I don't think that's working too well, or what do you think about that? So that's what I've learned so far, that I can collaborate and I can work well as a team.
Yeah, and you can do more than that because you can create an amazing project.
Yeah.
And what does that feel like for something that just started as an idea to become a reality?
Wow, that's a great question. That was my favorite bit of stage one as well. It's like having no clue what I'm going to do. I had like four, five different projects, and I was like, which one more stands out? Oh, sorry. Yeah, which one stands out more? Which one would I want to do? So yeah, yeah.
And are you glad you picked this one from all your other ideas?
110%. I am glad, because at first I thought, like, everyone's doing podcasts nowadays. It's becoming a digital world. Like, who's going to want to listen to my podcast? And then I was like, no, my podcast has a niche. Like, it has something different that other people can learn from. So why not do it? And then I was like, okay, well, I'm going to persevere and be determined and just do it.
And what are your ambitions now? Now that you've gone through the agency, now that you've done this project, what are your ambitions for you now and also for the project?
My ambitions now is probably to get some more people on the podcast, some people who are well recognized, so that I could get the podcast out, so then I can invite other people and open avenues such as policy making and stuff like that. So I can go into law firms, I can go into banks and see if I can make a collaboration, because the system I don't think the system really thinks of these things. Like, we are in care, and that means we are the government's children. We are the Queen's children. So that way, like, they should be able to collaborate with the bank. So then we open a bank account, we just automatically have a savings account with that, or collaborate with the law firm. So then when we do end up in a situation, we have like a set lawyer to say, okay, well, these are the lawyers set out for care leavers, so they understand our experiences. Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Thank you.
That,
I have loads of plan. I want to go like global, international, worldwide, but for now I have to be honing in on the specifics of just London for now.
yeah, but yes. Yeah, but it just sounds amazing. It just and really both fun and important and educative and personal. Do you know what I mean? It's just yeah, the future's there. Do you know what I mean? There's just huge potential. What advice would you give to any young person now, having gone through what you've gone through, about creating their own project?
Um, I would give them, just be patient, be determined, and yeah, stay patient. That's the main one. Be patient. Just be patient and be determined, persevere. And if you really want it, I'm sure you can do it. Just stay focused and know exactly what you want to do, know the ins and out, maybe do some research, because before I started the project, I did primary research and I found out like half the people in like the general public didn't even know what a care leaver was. They don't know who a care leaver are. So do your research, know what you're getting into, maybe read some background on podcasting and whatever subject topic that you choose, so that you know what you're getting yourself into.
And do you want to go into apart from this podcast? Do you want to go into more of that kind of thing yourself? You know, presenting and interviewing and all that kind of thing.
No, that's not my thing. My thing is more, I want to help people. So I've always wanted to go into like psychological counseling or anything around helping people, like consultancy, anything to help people. That's just, I think that's what my passion is. It's not presenting. Maybe in the future I may consider it, but no. I get really shy and nervous. I don't know if you know, but I'm actually really nervous right now.
Oh, but I mean, yeah, it doesn't come across, and it's just, and it's, you know, I could hear you speak and interview forever. Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
just, I just think you're a natural as well. But I also just think, I think whatever you want to do, you'll be able to do, and it's just been a real privilege and a real
Thank
honor
you.
to have you as an agent on this project.
Thank you. It's been a privilege and an honor for you as well, for me to have you, because you've been amazing. And I've seen you all around in the Brent papers and stuff. So it's been an honor to meeting you as well, and working alongside the Keon and yourself. So yeah.
Cool.
So I have some questions for you, Hindi.
Thanks.
Um,
I'm now nervous.
I'd like to know how the agency has changed you.
Oh, really good question, Sancia. You know what? It's hard to know right at this moment, but I can tell you where I am at this moment and what I hope. You know, I've loved this project. I've loved what it's trying to do, how it's tapping into people's personal stories and personal passions in order for them to generate their own ideas. That's about social change, social activism, and I've learnt loads by the project itself, and 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 meeting you guys and meeting the agents and hearing about the project. I've just been really, I've been really moved, if I'm honest. And actually, it's been the thing that's given me the real hope in this COVID times, which have been really tough. But you kind of go, if these things can be created by young people that are so powerful and so also altruistic, they're so generous about supporting the community. It's not all that me culture, I want fame. It's about how do I, you know, I just think it's a really profound way of believing in the future. So it's given me a lot of hope, and I hope, and what I want is that Kiln can do support and listen and engage more as much as possible, and it be part of who Kiln is moving forward.
Okay. So how do you feel it's changed the Keon?
Well, I know. So the kiln is never, it's never a thing, isn't it? The kiln is about a group of people, and I know that the whole staff team have loved this project and have been blown away by it. So I think it's changed. It's opened our eyes, all of our eyes, to something. And I think if we can, so I think everyone's really passionate and committed to it, and committed to the agents, and from our fundraiser, from our marketing person, all areas of our different departments have really loved the project, and that shows how powerful it is because everyone's got engaged with it. So I think when something like that touches everyone in an organization, it can only but change the organization. It changes the conversations. You've changed our thinking, and I think the heart of any organization is how we think, how we move the dial. And so I'm looking forward to the results of you guys being with us and learning from you.
Okay, thank you. How was it being on the panel?
Oh, horrible. I mean, no, I mean, let me reframe that. I mean, because I wasn't supposed to be on the panel in the first choice. I came on the panel because of what was happening with COVID and stuff like that. And so the brilliant thing about being on the panel was to hear about all the projects. Do you know what I mean? And I can't tell you, like, hearing project after project after project was like, wow, this is what, because we didn't know what you guys have been doing in your little rooms and in your conversations and stuff like that. So so it was a real privilege to hear. So I really loved hearing about all the projects. What I didn't like was having to select and be in a group that had to move from such a large number of brilliant projects. I mean, there wasn't. Do you know what I mean? There wasn't. They were all good projects, and to because of financial constraints, having to make a choice of like a few,
Yeah.
that I didn't like. I didn't. Because I wish we had enough money to fund all the projects and resources to do all of them, but it was a real privilege to be able to hear about everyone's project, and getting a sense of the breadth and the vision of a generation, a snapshot of a generation of people. You just kind of go, if all these things could happen, and if we keep doing these, I mean, you know our society could be so much better so quickly.
Mm. Yeah.
So it was lovely and also really tough.
Okay. So you didn't enjoy it at all?
No, I did enjoy it. I just didn't like having
Yeah.
to go decide one above the other. I didn't enjoy that bit.
Oh, okay. All right. I think I would like it because it almost reminds you of Dragon's Den a bit.
Yeah, but those people are awful. It is like Dragon's Den, but I don't like them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
I wish
So
we could
what
have
have
done more projects. Do you know what I mean?
more projects?
Yeah, I wish
Okay.
we could have like.
So if there was a way to get more fundings in, would you get more funding in so that more projects could possibly be chosen?
I mean, I'd love it. I'd love it if we could be in that position. The more, the better, I think. But we have to see what Gemma thinks.
Okay. Okay. So what has been your personal highlight so far?
I think Um, I think hearing on Wednesday evening and hearing about the projects and seeing them, and meeting the agents and hearing the agents talk, I just was quite emotional because I just thought these are amazing things and these are amazing people. And yeah, just yeah, I loved seeing that. I loved that.
Okay. Okay. So, what do you think people need now as we emerge from this pandemic? And how do you think the agents can respond?
Well, okay. I think we need. I don't. I think we need a lot of recovery. I think there's a lot of pain. I think there's a lot of isolation. I think, yeah, we're going to come across a lot of different things. And I think what the agents have done is created. They're already in the mindset and the training and the thinking of like how to make things better, how to look. So they've got that skill set of already looking and examining things. So I think the agents need to be um, on their on the ball of like looking at what needs changing. I think they need to keep together, because the thing is, like, we can only make change and come up with ideas by being part of a community, and having support. And I think they should be in contact with Kiln, with the agency project, and we should just see what we can keep doing and listening. And I think it's a lot of listening is going to be needed.
Okay, so going forward, what do you think the Keon can do to help the agents expand their projects?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting, because I think there's going to be different ways. It's like, how do we help publicize or market the projects
Mm-hmm.
is one thing. How do we move them forward? I think we can absolutely advise and engage. And also, it's also about making contacts and introducing people, and making introductions and stuff like that, and publicizing. And I think it's like, I think I don't know all the answers to that, because I want to be in communication, because I'm also interested in how the agents can help Kiln be
Yeah.
better.
Okay, I like that answer. I like that answer a lot, because I've been to the Keon before and I really liked it there, but I thought it wasn't for young people. I thought it was for the older generation. But being a part of the agency and actually exploring the Keon and coming there and meeting Camilla, I thought, wow, like this is a great place, and it is for people like me. It is for younger generation, and it's like, how comes like half of my generation don't know about the Keon? Like, I need to tell everyone. So I really enjoyed the takeover when the Keon trusted us agent to actually go on their Instagram and take over and post what we felt like for a day. It was really nice because I was able to promote it on my personal Instagram so that other young people would have the ability to see the Keon and go, oh, I didn't know there was a Keon in Kilburn. I should really go there. So after lockdown, I think you lot are going to have a lot of young people outside your doors,
That'd be
because it's
amazing.
opened up a lot of doors. Yeah.
Yeah, but you see, that's the thing. It's about both ways. Do you know what I mean? How can we learn and support each other and stuff like that to make everything better? We've got a lot to learn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Sancia, and thank you for being so brilliant and inspiring.
Thank you so much too. And it's lovely meeting you. And it's been great.